Alright, so we're skipping a chapter. We're going to be on page 518. And we're talking about units of length. Units, okay? Units of length. So a unit could be 1 inch, it could be 1 foot, it could be a yard, it could be any kind of thing that we use to measure length. Alright? Now, here, where did I put my yardstick? There it is. Okay. Here we have a yardstick. Okay? This has 3 feet, 36 inches. Now, I want you to guess. Everyone give me a guess on how many of these you think it would take to get from this wall to that wall. From this wall to that wall. Question?
How many of those?
Yes, how many of these? How many yards it would take to get from this wall to that wall? Okay? Alright. Give me your guess, Joseph.
4 of those?
4 of these? What'd you say?
6.
6? 4?
6.
6?
4.
4?
I think 3.5.
3.5?
6.
6?
6.
6? 6? Well, I was saying 6, and we said 4, we had a 3.5 in there. Alright, I need 2 people. Let's have Delilah and Cadence. Okay, here's what I want you to do. This won't really show up on the video, I think, but you can imagine. Alright, I want you to come here. Okay, one of you is going to just have it on the floor. Okay, Cadence, why don't you be the one to do that? And then Delilah, you just kind of put a finger where it ends. And then Cadence, what you need to do is move it to the next spot. So right now we have 1, right? Okay, so go to the next, alright? Okay, now to make 2. Now we'll make 3. Try to keep it straight. That's 4. That's 5. We made it slide under that cabinet. So now, go ahead, see if you can slide it under that cabinet all the way to the door. Okay? So, it's...
Well, actually, I'm feeling it all the way down.
Okay, so just a little bit more than 6. So 6 was a good guess. Okay, thank you. Alright. So about 6 yards. Alright, thank you. Okay. So about 6 of these yards, okay, let's see. About 6 of these yards is from one end of our room to the other. Okay, 6 yards, there's 3 feet in the yard, so that means there's about 18 feet. Okay, it's about 18 feet from one end to another. Now, I said 6 yards or 18 feet because we sometimes have to convert from one unit of measurement to another. We're not going to do that today, but I do want to just remind you, you've probably gone over this before, but just to remind you, we have inches, we have 12 inches, and I in periods, the abbreviation for inch. 12 inches equals 1 foot. Okay. We have 3 feet, FT period for feet, equals 1 yard. Then 36 inches also equal 1 yard. Then we have our next unit is mile. Okay, in 1 mile we have 5,280 feet equals 1 mile. Then we also have 1,760 yards, YD period for yard, equals 1 mile. Okay. So we want to remember those different units. So how many inches in a foot? Everyone?
12.
How many inches in a foot, everyone?
12.
Okay. How many feet in the yard?
1. 3.
3. 3. How many inches in a yard?
26.
How many feet in a mile?
500, 280.
Whoa.
5,280.
5,280. How many feet in a mile?
1,280.
How many yards in a mile?
1,760 yards.
1,760. Okay. What unit of measurement would make the most sense for us to use to measure from one end of the room to the other? Which of those units? Inches, feet, yards, or miles? Which one, Kate?
Yards.
Probably yards. We could also use feet. Feet is what's commonly used to measure the size of a room. But we could use yards as well. That would make good sense because it's not too short, but it's not too long. Okay? Either of those would work, but usually we use feet. Alright? Which one would make most sense for us to measure from here to Atlanta? Cadence? Miles. Alright? Alright. So miles, okay? Is it possible to measure the distance from here to Atlanta in inches? Yes, it is, but it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. For one, it would take so long to do that, inch by inch, all the way to Atlanta. Also, I noticed, and I don't know if all y'all saw, that when Cadence and Delilah were measuring, okay, they had kind of a hard time keeping it straight, alright? Because kind of sometimes, you kind of shift it over a little bit, and it kind of moves. Well, you're actually adding inches or adding yards to what you're doing when you do that. Alright, because remember, shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Alright, so if you're kind of have a crooked line, you're not going to get it quite right. Okay? So, that's going to happen a whole lot more with inches than it will with miles. Alright? With miles, it's easier to get a straight shot, easier to go straight. Now, is the interstate perfectly straight? Like if you get in your car and go down the interstate? No, it's not perfectly straight. Now you're still going to travel that distance in the car, right? But if you're in an airplane, you're probably going to go a straighter distance as you go, and so it's going to be shorter, right? So, that's how we look at those things. Okay, are there questions about math? Yes?
Yes. Are we going to learn square feet?
That's later on. Let's talk about this right now. Yes?
I've never really paid attention, but how many yards are? Cause I never paid attention when I was playing the game. How many yards are in a football game?
How many yards in a football game? On a football field? There's 100 yards from one end zone to the other end zone. Okay? And then each end zone is about 10 yards wide. But just from end zone to end zone, it's 100 yards. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Now, let's look at the bottom of page 518. These are called linear units. When we measure length, we use linear units. When we measure length, what do we use?
Linear units.
Linear units. Linear units. All right. So, an inch, all right, is about the length of your thumb from the first knuckle to the tip. So everyone give me a thumbs up. Okay, very good. Thank you. All right. So from that first knuckle to your thumb, it's about an inch. All right. Letter B, a foot is about the length of a sheet of paper. So if you have your notebook paper out on your desk, if you don't, it's fine. But if you have it there, all right, that's about the length of that sheet of notebook paper. It's actually 11.5 inches long, but close to a foot. Okay, so about 12 inches there. All right. You would normally measure a person's height or the length of the room with that. Okay, and that actually came from the foot. Okay, that's why we call it a foot, because a grown man's foot is usually about 12 inches. All right, y'all's feet aren't quite that long yet. All right, but that's an actual. In fact, sometimes you'll see people measuring. They'll kind of take their feet and kind of go heel to toe as they go along. That's how they'll measure. It's kind of a quick way to measure things. Feet down. You can do that another time. Yard is about the length of a baseball bat. All right, and as we already said, the length of a football field is measured in yards. And a mile is about the distance you can walk in 20 minutes. So what we have in feet, 5,280 or 1 feet, or 1,760 yards. All right, question?
Yes, may I take off my shoes? I have blisters on the backs of my
You
ankles.
got socks on?
Yes. I have footy socks on.
Then maybe while we work on our homework. Yes?
I have 8 blisters on my feet.
Okay, is this a question about math? Alright. So, let's look at page 519. Page 519. Alright? Number 2. Okay? The directions say choose the most reasonable unit of measure. Right? Inches, feet, yards, or miles. Alright? On your whiteboard, I want you to write whether the width of a book is about 8 inches, 8 feet, 8 yards, or 8 miles. Inches, feet, yards, or miles. Alright, let me see them. Should have inches, very good. Number 3. Length of a car is about 14 inches, feet, yards, or miles. Question?
Yeah, it's what type of car? Because there's like small cars and big.
Any car. There's only one of these that would be good for any car. Inches, feet, yards, or miles. Alright, let me see them. It'll be about 14 feet, okay? Remember, this room was 6 yards long, okay? So to have a car that's 14 yards would be more than double that, okay? It would be more than double that. And of course, miles or inches wouldn't work. Alright, and yesterday Jordan ran 3 inches, yards, feet, or miles. Which one makes the most sense?
You can run any of it.
Which one makes the most sense? And we're not talking about a running back in a football game, by the way. Who had a really bad game if he only ran that many. Alright, let me see him. Okay. One that makes the most sense would, of course, be miles. Okay? Alright. Let's work on homework. There'll be some different directions on these. Just follow those directions.